It happens every year. And every year, the seniors are determined to be the first class to beat the faculty in the Senior Faculty Decathlon. This year, coaches Chase Gray for the seniors and Mr. Alexander Pratt for the teachers chose the challenges and the competitors for each competition. Could this be the year that the seniors take the prize? Let's find out as we start the decathlon with the soccer shootout.
This senior versus staff event is the soccer shootout. Logan Nortman and Mr. Jones went head-to-head in the competition, each shooting 20 shots, 2 rounds of 10 from various locations. One would shoot while one of them played goalie.
So I think I was chosen because of my soccer experience. I'm a little older than I look, so I have a bit of soccer experience to offer here. Well, my confidence level is pretty good. I mean, I know what I'm doing. It's really, my confidence is with me. I'm not really sure what he's gonna do.
I feel like I was chosen for this competition because I'm a good soccer player. I know how to kick a ball. I'm going to play D3 college soccer in the fall, and pretty confident about a W today for the students. Mr. Jones isn't that good, and I'll show you guys.
Mr. Jones started off the competition shooting while Logan was goalie. Logan blocked Mr. Jones' first shot, but from there, Jones showed that although he hadn't played soccer for a few years, he still had some game. He went on a streak and made 5 out of his next 9 shots. Now it was Logan's turn to shoot. Logan made it look easy on his first couple of shots, but Jones made a couple nice saves and Logan ended up hitting the goalpost a number of times, ending his first round with 4 goals, 1 behind Jones. In the second round, Mr. Jones had it a little rough. He struggled getting the ball past Logan, missing the goal altogether a couple of times. Logan had a few nice saves, allowing Jones to score only 2 goals in round 2. Down 7-4, Logan needed to get 4 goals to win, and he wasn't making it easy on himself. He missed a lot of his easy shots, including the 2 easiest penalty shots. He did tie it up and had 1 shot left to win the game. He lofted the ball just enough to get it over the head of Jones. A perfect shot for the win.
I'm very happy with the win. Mr. Jones was pretty good competition, came down to the wire, but I'm really happy with it. Hopefully all my classmates come through and get the student win this year.
It's all right. It was, it was all right. It was fair. It was fair. Things happen, It's all right.
A huge win for the seniors in the soccer shootout.
The next event put the contestants' minds to the test as they competed in the famous board game, Scrabble. English teacher Miss Ann Calderon put her knowledge of words up against senior Stuart Keene, and both were confident in their abilities.
I think it'll be all right. I mean, I've only played like twice maybe ever, but I'm somewhat wordish, so we'll see how it goes.
The game was played like any other Scrabble game. Each contestant had to form words from the 7 tiles they randomly chose out the bag. The person with the most points at the end of the game would be the winner. For the first half of the game, things stayed really close. Both Calderon and Keene took advantage of the double word spots to rack up some points, and the score stayed within the 10 the whole time. But the further the game went, the more risky Keene got. He started to put out some words that just didn't sound like real words to Calderon, so she challenged him on 2 different turns and won the challenge. Keene would lose a turn both times, but somehow stayed close in the score. Calderon once again challenged Keene on the word Yeti, which Keene claimed was another word for the abominable snowman. This time she lost and Keene took advantage with 2 big scores. Keene held a 20-point lead when all the tiles had been picked, but 3 times he had to pass because he couldn't form a word with his letters. It didn't matter in the end because even with the last effort push, Calderon fell short by 3 measly points to give Keene the win.
Super close game. I got stuck with a lot of R's and a lot of L's at the end, no vowels, so that was tough, but had a good game. Stuart is a very good competitor, so it was tough, but 3 points. I'm sorry, teachers, I couldn't win it for you.
Probably just luck of the draw with my letters, especially towards the end. I just got a few solid words, and that's, I think, what did it for me, because otherwise I would not have had that.
A major upset for the seniors, this time in the board game Scrabble.
The volleyball skills test pitted Coach Tony Cruz against senior Nerissa Faulkner. Each would get 2 rounds of 20 serves each to score points. 1 point for a serve inbounds, 2 points if you hit your target, 10 points if you make it in the target, and minus 3 points if you miss a serve altogether. Cruz and Nerissa were both feeling confident.
I feel unprepared, but I feel good.
I feel good. It's been a while since I've played, but
I used to play volleyball, but not a long time ago.
I think the obvious reason is I was a volleyball coach here for 10 years on the varsity girls team, and I also coached the boys for a while, so have a lot of experience with volleyball.
Cruz took to the court first and didn't miss a single serve. He went for the short serves and hit a couple targets, but couldn't sink it in for the 10-pointer. He was consistent and ended his first round with 26 points. Nerissa came out strong. She hasn't played volleyball since 8th grade, but served all 20 inbounds. Unfortunately, she couldn't hit any of the targets and ended her first round with 20 points. Cruz held a close 26-20 lead. Nerissa went first in round 2 and again was very consistent. She came really close a couple times to making it into the net, but had to settle for a few target hits instead. She finished round 2 with 22 points for a total of 42. All Cruz had to do was keep all his serves in the court and the win would be his. He did even better than that, as he continued to hit his targets and scored 27 points for a 53-42 win.
Nerissa already came in making excuses. I've never had an advantage because of my height, but she's already used that as an excuse.
Well, height advantage, but I kept missing. One was really close to the net, so I had to power it to the other one.
I feel pretty good. I wish I could have put a couple in the bucket, but I thought it went well. I was really impressed with Nerissa. She hit 40 for 40 and not playing volleyball in a long time, which that was pretty impressive, so good job on her part.
Good job, Cruz.
Another win for the teachers in the volleyball skills contest.
The next challenge is the balance beam challenge, with a little twist. Student Olivia Oliver and teacher Miss Pito took on this challenge, but they were not alone. Willing to take on the task were Miss Giosa and Courtney Long. Both Miss Pito and Olivia gave their initial predictions regarding the challenge.
Confidence level is probably on a scale of 1 to 10, probably a 5. I am pretty skilled at balancing chemical equations, but in terms of balancing on a beam, not so sure about that.
I think I'm gonna do well, and then I'm a competitor, so I just don't like losing, so I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make sure I don't lose.
The rules of the challenge were simple. The competitors moved back and forth across the beam and attempted to catch a ball thrown by their partner. They then had to walk the ball back and drop it in a bucket for a total of 8 times. If they dropped the ball or fell off the beam, they had to return to the start. First up was Miss Pito. She started off slow just to be safe. Once she sped up a little bit, she fell off the beam and had to go back and start that throw over again. However, after that fall, Miss Pito sped through the rest of the challenge and got 8 balls in the bucket with a whopping time of 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Olivia was a bit more nervous than she was walking in. Hopping on the beam, she had a solid start getting 2 balls in fast. However, things went downhill from there. She fell off the balance beam a number of times, missed catching the ball more than a couple of times, and couldn't drop the ball back in the bucket twice. Finally, she finished after 8 balls were in the bucket. But was her time good enough to beat Miss Pito's? Unfortunately for the seniors, Olivia ended with a time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds, leaving Miss Pito on top. The contestants gave their overall thoughts on how this challenge went.
I would say definitely the turnaround when I was getting from one end of the beam to the other was pretty difficult to keep my balance. I think it went well. It was pretty fun. Slow and steady wins the race.
We started off strong, and then we had a couple bobbles. Well, not a couple, we had a lot of bobbles. It was harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Looks like that will be a win for the teachers in the balance beam challenge.
The next event for the Senior vs. Faculty Decathlon was a 3-point shooting contest. The shooters were senior Joy Perkins and Superintendent Dr. Von Mansfield. The contest would consist of 20 total shots from 5 different locations behind the 3-point line. The most baskets in the end would win the challenge. Joy certainly seemed more confident than Dr. Mansfield.
Lauren picked me because I was probably the only person who know how to play basketball and shoot. Well, we'll see if we can shoot, but so yeah. And I'm really confident because he said he ain't playing some years. I ain't played a few months. So, I'm pretty confident I'll win.
I wanted to eat White Castles. Ice cream eating and food eating is my specialty. So being an athlete, I'm going to do my very best. I'm playing against one of the best 3-point shooters on the girls' team. So I just have to represent and give it my best. That's what I plan on doing.
Joy lost the coin toss and ended up having to go first, and she had a rough go of it. She couldn't seem to find a rhythm and ended up only making 2 of her first 10 shots in round 1. This left the door open for Dr. Mansfield, but the superintendent struggled as much as Joy did and ended up only hitting 2 baskets, tying things up. In round 2, Joy shot even worse. She attempted the 10 shots and was only able to sink 1 of them, for a total of 3. Mansfield only needs to make 2 shots and the victory would be his. Unfortunately, his shooting was way off too, as he only made 1 shot, forcing the game to go into overtime. In overtime, each contestant got 5 shots, and Joy finally found a groove and made 2 out of 5 of them. so Mansfield would only have to make 3 to win. He hit 1 early, but when it came down to the last shot to tie, he missed, giving the win to Joy.
It was a bad win, but it was, we got a point for the seniors, so that's all that matters.
Joy shot great, at least enough to beat me. And in terms of the seniors, go seniors.
This was a much-needed victory for the seniors in the three-point shooting contest.
Uh-oh, the seniors are up 3-2 going into the second day. All they need to do is win 3 more events, and you'll see it all on tomorrow's show. Tune in as we crown the 2018 Senior Faculty Decathlon Champs. I'm Kenneth Powell. We'll catch you tomorrow.